Polokwane, the capital of Limpopo province in South Africa, is a city brimming with history. Situated on a plateau in the country's northeast, its strategic location has shaped its destiny for centuries. This essay delves into Polokwane's captivating past, tracing its journey from a humble settlement to a vibrant modern metropolis. Polokwane's story is intricately woven into the broader tapestry of South Africa's tumultuous past. It has witnessed the ebb and flow of power, the clash of cultures, and the birth of a nation. Understanding Polokwane's history is to grasp the complexities and nuances of South Africa's own journey. This exploration of Polokwane's past will illuminate the city's cultural significance, from its indigenous roots to its colonial encounters and its role in shaping the political landscape of modern South Africa. Through this historical lens, we can better appreciate the city's present and its potential for the future. As we embark on this journey through time, we will uncover the stories etched into the very fabric of Polokwane, revealing the city's enduring legacy and its place in the heart of South Africa. Long before the arrival of European settlers, the area surrounding present-day Polokwane was inhabited by indigenous communities. Archaeological evidence points to the presence of early hunter-gatherer groups dating back thousands of years. These early inhabitants, likely ancestors of the San people, left behind rock art and other artifacts, providing glimpses into their way of life. The region's fertile land and abundant water sources made it an attractive location for these nomadic groups, who relied on their intimate knowledge of the environment for survival. As centuries passed, Bantu-speaking groups, including the Sotho-Tswana people, migrated to the area. Skilled farmers and pastoralists, they established settlements and cultivated the land, shaping the region's agricultural landscape. These communities developed complex social structures and cultural practices that would leave an indelible mark on the region. The arrival of the Nguni-speaking Ndebele people in the 18th century further diversified the cultural tapestry of the region. Known for their distinctive artistry and military prowess, the Ndebele established a powerful kingdom under the leadership of King Mzilikazi. Their presence added another layer to the rich cultural heritage of the area. The history of pre-colonial Polokwane is a testament to the enduring connection between the land and its people. These early communities laid the foundation for the city's future, their cultural practices and interactions shaping the identity of Polokwane. The 19th century witnessed a dramatic shift in the power dynamics of southern Africa with the arrival of European settlers known as voortrekkers. These pioneers, seeking new lands and escaping British rule in the Cape Colony, embarked on a journey known as the Great Trek. Their arrival in the Polokwane region brought them into contact with the indigenous communities who had long called this land home. Tensions arose as the voortrekkers, seeking grazing land and resources, encroached upon the territory of the local tribes. Conflicts erupted, leading to battles and skirmishes between the voortrekkers and the Ndebele, who fiercely resisted the encroachment upon their land and sovereignty. The Battle of Wegkop in 1836 marked a turning point, with the voortrekkers, armed with superior weaponry, claiming victory. The defeat of the Ndebele paved the way for the establishment of the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republiek, later known as the Transvaal, with its capital at Potchefstroom. The arrival of the voortrekkers and the subsequent establishment of the Czar had a profound impact on the region, forever altering the course of Polokwane's history. The indigenous communities, once the sole custodians of the land, were displaced and their traditional ways of life disrupted. The arrival of the voortrekkers marked the beginning of a new era, one characterized by colonial expansion, conflict, and the eventual rise of a new dominant power in the region. In the aftermath of the voortrekkers' arrival, a small farming village began to take shape around a perennial spring in the area. Initially known as Pietersburg after the voortrekker leader Piet Potgieter, this settlement would eventually become the city of Polokwane. The discovery of gold in the nearby Murchison Range in the 1870s brought a surge of prospectors and fortune seekers to the area. Pietersburg, strategically located on the route to the gold fields, experienced rapid growth, transforming from a quiet farming community into a bustling hub of activity. As the town expanded, so too did its infrastructure and amenities. Shops, hotels, and government buildings sprang up to cater to the growing population. The arrival of the railway in 1899 further cemented Petersburg's status as a major commercial and administrative center in the northern Transvaal. However, this period of growth and development was not without its challenges. The discovery of gold also fueled tensions between the Tsar government and the British Empire, who sought to extend their influence over the region's mineral wealth. The stage was set for a confrontation that would have far-reaching consequences for Petersburg and the whole of South Africa, the Anglo-Boer War. Section 5. The Anglo-Boer War Scars on the Landscape. The Anglo-Boer War, which erupted in 1899, brought devastation and hardship to Petersburg and the surrounding region. The town, lying on a strategic supply route, became a focal point for both the Boer and British forces. Boer commandos, utilizing their knowledge of the terrain, engaged in guerrilla warfare against the better-equipped British Army. The conflict raged across the countryside, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Petersburg itself was occupied by British forces in 1901 and converted into a major military base. A concentration camp, one of many established by the British throughout South Africa, was erected on the outskirts of the town to house Boer women and children who had been displaced by the fighting. The conditions in these camps were dire, with overcrowding, inadequate sanitation, and a shortage of food and medicine leading to widespread disease and death. The Petersburg concentration camp, like others across the country, became a symbol of the brutality and suffering inflicted during the war. The Anglo-Boer War left an indelible scar on the landscape and psyche of Petersburg. The conflict shattered families, decimated the local economy, and sowed the seeds of resentment that would linger for generations to come. Section 6. Mining and Growth. A New Era Dawns. Following the end of the Anglo-Boer War in 1902, Petersburg, like much of South Africa, entered a period of reconstruction and rebuilding. The discovery of more mineral deposits, including platinum and copper in the region, breathed new life into the local economy. Mining operations expanded rapidly, attracting a wave of migrant laborers from across southern Africa and beyond. Petersburg, as a regional hub, experienced a renewed surge in growth, its population swelling with those seeking employment in the mines and related industries. The influx of people brought about significant social and economic changes. The town's infrastructure struggled to keep pace with the growing demand for housing, sanitation, and other essential services. The segregationist policies of the time, which enforced racial segregation in housing, education, and public spaces, further exacerbated these challenges. Despite the hardships, Petersburg's economy continued to grow throughout the early 20th century. The town's agricultural sector also flourished, with farmers capitalizing on the fertile land and favorable climate to produce a variety of crops, including citrus fruit, maize, and tobacco. Petersburg's transformation into a modern urban center was well underway, driven by the twin engines of mining and agriculture. However, the social and political landscape of the country, marked by racial segregation and inequality, cast a long shadow over the town's future. Section 7. The Rise of African Nationalism. The mid-20th century witnessed the rise of African nationalism across the African continent, as people sought to break free from the shackles of colonial rule and apartheid. Petersburg, despite its location in a predominantly rural province, did not remain untouched by this wave of change. The implementation of apartheid policies in 1948, which formalized and intensified racial segregation and discrimination, sparked resistance movements across South Africa. Petersburg, with its growing African population, became a center for political activism and mobilization. African political organizations, such as the African National Congress and the Pan-Africanist Congress, established a presence in Petersburg, organizing protests, boycotts, and other forms of resistance against the apartheid regime. The town's churches and schools became important meeting places for activists, providing spaces for discussion, strategizing, and mobilizing support. The apartheid government responded to this growing dissent with brutal repression. Activists were harassed, detained, and imprisoned, and strict laws were put in place to curtail freedom of speech and assembly. Despite these measures, the spirit of resistance continued to simmer beneath the surface, fueled by the injustices and inequalities of the apartheid system. Petersburg's role in the struggle against apartheid may have been less prominent than that of larger urban centers like Johannesburg or Cape Town. However, the town's inhabitants, both black and white, were deeply affected by the political and social upheavals of the time. Section 8. Polokwane, in a democratic South Africa. The dawn of democracy in South Africa in 1994 ushered in an era of profound change for Pietersburg, as it did for the entire nation. The dismantling of the apartheid system brought with it the promise of equality, justice, and opportunity for all. In 2005, Pietersburg underwent a name change, becoming Polokwane, its original Northern Sotho name. This symbolic act represented a break from the town's colonial past and a recognition of its indigenous heritage. The name change was met with mixed reactions, reflecting the complexities of identity and history in a nation grappling with its past. Despite the challenges of transition, Polokwane has made significant strides in addressing the legacy of apartheid. The local government has implemented programs to improve service delivery, promote economic development, and foster social cohesion. The city has attracted new investment, particularly in the tourism and retail sectors, creating employment opportunities and boosting the local economy. Educational institutions, such as the University of Limpopo, have expanded their reach, providing quality education and training to a new generation of South Africans. Polokwane, once a symbol of division and inequality, is striving to become a beacon of hope and progress. The city's journey since the end of apartheid is a testament to the resilience of its people and their determination to build a better future for themselves and generations to come. Section 9. Looking forward, Polokwane in the 21st century. As Polokwane enters the third decade of the 21st century, it faces both opportunities and challenges. The city has the potential to become a major economic and cultural hub in the northern region of South Africa, capitalizing on its strategic location, growing infrastructure, and diverse population. The development of the Limpopo Development Corridor, a spatial development initiative aimed at stimulating economic growth and regional integration, presents significant opportunities for Polokwane. The corridor links the city to major economic centers in South Africa and neighboring countries, opening up new markets for goods and services. However, Polokwane, like many cities in South Africa, continues to grapple with high levels of poverty, unemployment, and inequality. The legacy of apartheid continues to cast a long shadow, and addressing these systemic issues remains a key challenge for the city's leadership. Climate change also poses a significant threat to Polokwane, as it does to the entire region. The increasing frequency and intensity of droughts and floods threaten agricultural production, water security, and the livelihoods of many of the city's residents. The future of Polokwane will depend on its ability to address these challenges in a sustainable and equitable manner. By investing in education, infrastructure, and job creation, while also tackling social and environmental issues, Polokwane can work towards a brighter future for all its citizens. The journey of Polokwane is far from over. The city's rich history, marked by both triumph and tragedy, serves as a reminder of the progress that has been made and the challenges that lie ahead. As Polokwane continues to evolve and adapt to the changing world around it, its story will undoubtedly continue to captivate and inspire future generations.